Argentina is a country that awakens passion in anyone who visits it or discovers it through its stories. From its endless landscapes to its most unique traditions, it is a land full of contrasts and curiosities that make it one of a kind. When people think of Argentina, many associate it with tango, football, or Patagonia, but behind these familiar images lies a universe of surprising details that reveal just how special this southern land truly is. To begin with, Argentina is a country of enormous dimensions. It is the 8th largest in the world and the 2nd largest in Latin America, right after Brazil. This means that within its territory you can find completely different climates, ecosystems, and landscapes. In the north, there are tropical jungles and colorful rock formations, while in the south, glaciers, snow-covered mountains, and vast plains stretch as far as the eye can see. In fact, Argentina is said to be one of the few countries in the world where you can go from scorching heat to polar cold simply by taking a short flight. A remarkable fact is that Argentina shares the Andes mountain range with Chile, one of the longest mountain chains in the world. There you'll find Aconcagua, the highest peak in the Americas and the 2nd tallest outside the Himalayas, reaching almost 7,000 meters. Climbing it is a challenge that attracts mountaineers from all over the world, and it has become a symbol of the strength and grandeur of the country's natural landscape. Argentina is also famous for its wine. Although many people associate wine with France, Italy, or Spain, Argentina is one of the largest producers in the world, especially in the Mendoza region, at the foot of the Andes. The Malbec grape, originally from France, found its best expression in these lands, and today it has become an international emblem of the country. What's curious is that Argentina's wine tradition grew thanks to European immigrants who brought their techniques and knowledge, but the dry climate, high altitude, and unique soil turned those wines into something completely different. And if we're talking about drinks, we cannot skip mate. This infusion, made with yerba mate leaves and hot water, is much more than just a beverage, it's a social ritual. What's most interesting is that mate is not usually drunk alone. It is shared among friends and family, passed from hand to hand in the same gourd with the same straw. This practice reflects the strong sense of community and closeness that is so deeply ingrained in Argentine culture. Another aspect that stands out is Argentina's relationship with football. It's hard to exaggerate how much this sport means to Argentinians. It is not just a game, it is a national passion. Players like Diego Maradona and Lionel Messi are not seen merely as sports idols but as cultural icons and symbols of identity. Football pitches, from massive stadiums to small improvised fields in humble neighborhoods, are places where emotions, rivalries, and dreams come alive. But Argentina has also given the world a dance that symbolizes sensuality and melancholy, tango. Born in the working-class neighborhoods of Buenos Aires in the late 19th century, tango was initially a popular dance associated with the lower classes. Over time, it became a sophisticated art form recognized worldwide. Today, it is listed by UNESCO as part of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The curious thing about tango is that it's not just about music and dance, it is also poetry. Its lyrics are filled with nostalgia, lost loves, and snapshots of everyday life in Buenos Aires neighborhoods. The language itself holds curiosities too. While Spanish is spoken in Argentina, its accent and vocabulary are unique. The word vos replaces tu, the double ll and y are pronounced as shish or zh in many regions, and expressions like che have become markers of identity. In fact, che is so representative that it even became the nickname of the famous Argentine revolutionary Ernesto Che Guevara. Another fascinating detail is that Argentina is one of the most culturally diverse countries in the world due to immigration. At the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th centuries, millions of Europeans arrived in the country seeking a better future. Italians, Spaniards, Germans, French, and many others left a massive mark on the culture, cuisine, and even the way people speak. That is why you can find neighborhoods in Buenos Aires with strong Italian influence or small towns in the countryside that preserve Swiss or German traditions. Patagonia, the vast southern region, is a world of its own. Here you'll find glaciers such as the famous Perito Moreno, which constantly advances and offers a breathtaking natural spectacle when giant blocks of ice break off and crash into the water. Patagonia is also home to unique species like guanacos, penguins, and whales. Interestingly, in this remote land of nearly untouched landscapes, entire towns were founded by Welsh immigrants who settled there in the 19th century, and their influence can still be seen today. Another remarkable fact is that Argentina has been a pioneer in many areas in Latin America. It was the first country to establish a regular radio station in 1920, one of the first to legalize same-sex marriage in the region, and it also boasts one of the oldest and most prestigious university systems on the continent. When it comes to food, Argentina's grilled meat, or asado, is almost a religion. It's not just about eating beef, it's about the ritual of preparing the fire, cooking slowly over the coals, and enjoying it with friends and family. What's curious is that Argentina is one of the countries with the highest consumption of beef in the world, a tradition rooted in the vast herds of cattle that roam its Pampas. There are also interesting historical tidbits. In 1916, Argentina was the first Latin American country to broadcast a football match on the radio. Buenos Aires was also one of the first cities on the continent to have a subway system, inaugurated in 1913. If we move to natural wonders, in the northern province of Jujuy lies the Quebrada de Humahuaca, where multicolored mountains create a surreal landscape. Their vivid stripes come from minerals deposited over millions of years, and the result looks like something painted by hand. The country's political history is equally full of fascinating characters. Figures like Eva Perón became international icons. Her life, her influence, and the myths surrounding her transformed her into a symbol that continues to spark admiration and debate around the world. Another curiosity is that Argentina has the widest avenue in the world, Avenida 9 de Julio in Buenos Aires. It stretches 140 meters across with up to 18 lanes of traffic. Crossing it can feel like an adventure in itself. In the middle of this massive avenue stands the Obelisco, one of the most recognizable monuments in the country. And what's most impressive is that Argentina, with all its natural, cultural, and historical diversity, never stops surprising. From the warmth of its people to the majesty of its landscapes, every corner hides a story, a tradition, or a unique detail that makes this nation endlessly fascinating. Because Argentina is not only tango, football, or barbecue. It is a land of contrasts, of passions, of incredible stories, and of curiosities that reveal the richness of a country that, although far away for some, always leaves a lasting impression on those who get to know it. Finally, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you won't miss any videos like this one.